What up, my dudes? It's another This Weekend. I feel like I'm wearing the same t-shirt I've worn for the past 3 weeks worth of videos, even though this is a different day of filming. I only mention it because this is probably like the end of March that this is coming out. I don't even remember. I mostly only mention it because the past two videos for This Weekend that have come out with the JB Hi-Fi set and the Amazon haul, all that stuff, it's like it was such a big haul that I'm like, I made it obviously two different videos, so now it's like, well, it's a week later. It's not a week later, it's like a week and a half later. And I got more stuff. Some of it unintentionally. I'll start with what I got from Amazon, which was simply just Starman. I got the Shout Factory release. This was a part of the bundle that was meant to come in, but it came in a couple days later. The case it came in was damaged, so it had been like smacked basically from behind. But this is actually fine. It does have the original artwork on the inside there. There is some interesting line works on the inside of the disc, but none of it looks like scratches. Nah. I don't know, it's just like a weird pressing thing. But I do like the artwork there. I did have the Cinema Cult edition, which I've now put... I did a bit of a jump. I've used the case that the Cinema Cult version was in and used it for a different film, which a friend had given me, which I'll get to in a sec. That same film, I used that case, which is now this case, because it was slim and because this one looked better with the slimness. It also did have a lot of creases along the inside of the actual spine on the image work, but it looks a lot better with this face than it does with the other. The other one was terribly damaged. But I like this artwork. It's nice. I dig it. It doesn't look as cheesy, I think, as the original artwork that they have. And also, I think there's enough with that artwork there to give you some idea. To my knowledge, I don't think there's anything different with the two releases. This compared to the Cinema Cult version I have. This one does have special features, which I believe is like the only thing that's different. I believe it's the exact same transfer because they haven't really remastered this film. Like, it's still like a 2K master or whatever, which is nice. I'm pretty sure it's a 2K master. But this does have interviews with director John Carpenter, actor Jeff Bridges, and script supervisor Sandy King Carpenter, as well as theatrical trailer, TV spots, and stills gallery. Those three things I'd imagine would be on the Cinema Cult version, but I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure Cinema Cult only has the film with the exact same transfer. But I'm like, it was like $20. I think it was $18 actually. So I'm like, I'm happy to buy that because at least I'm getting a new, like the same transfer, sure, but I'm getting some special features. And I do really like it, and I love Carpenter's work, so... Just sucks that the case came in damaged, but that's alright. The disc is fine, the artwork's fine, it's all good. I go with the smallest piles first. I got All About Eve from the Cinemaniacs. I didn't even know it had shipped. I'd ordered this with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K set, which is a pre-order. I had confirmed with them that this would ship separately because, of course, they had this one in stock, and it was all 15% off because of the Valentine's Day sale. So, yeah, I got it. Came in perfect condition because they just know how to package their stuff. And, honestly, amazing artwork on it. It's a new 4K scan. I won't show the inside artwork, just in case you haven't seen the film, because it vaguely spoils the film, but not really. It's just, like, the final shot of the movie. But it does come with 2 discs, and has some nice artwork on the inside the digipack. There was a bit of damage there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's just kind of like peeled up a little. It doesn't really matter. It's made of cardboard. I think that was a manufacturing issue over anything else. And yeah, it comes with a booklet. Some art. This is like just some artwork from a scene. That artwork is actually replicated inside the book as well, which is nice. And so as you can see there, with some dots, and you get some essays, some images from the film, the cast, and what does it say? It's all about women and their men. And look at that, it's Marilyn Monroe. She's in this movie. It's insane. But yeah, it's a really nice looking film, really interesting film. I hadn't seen it before. Phil had suggested it to me. Caitlin's partner, they were in Zombie Hunger. I did an interview with Caitlin. Yeah, and he had suggested it to me. Dad has had the DVD like forever, but I had never seen it, and I'd always known about it because it's a pretty interesting cover on the DVD. But you know me, if I'm gonna watch a film, I'm gonna do my best to watch it the best way possible. So it wasn't on the Criterion channel, disappointingly, but they had the 4K scan from at Cinemaniacs, and it does come with a bunch of special features as well. I didn't dive into any because I actually double featured it with Collateral of all films, but that was the 4K of that, which had a very nice scan. Very nice. Especially given it's a native 1080p film that's like upscaled to 4K, but I don't know, it looks pretty good. I think I had the DVD for the longest time, so you know. But yeah, I like them. Good films. I mean, I'd seen Collateral before, but I really wanted to rewatch it because one of the perks of film Twitter, they really make you crave watching a film. So, yeah. And All About Eve was really nice. It, to some degree, wasn't exactly the film I was expecting, but I'm also like, I don't really know what the hell I expected, but I really liked it. It's one of those films that it goes by like a breeze, and then like the final, 10 minutes or whatever, that final scene is just insane. So, it's not the most insane fucking movie of all time, but I'm like, that's like what really, yeah, this is the cherry on top. It's good stuff. Really well acted, beautiful transfer. It's good stuff. I guess I might as well... Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. The last single thing I got was from JB. They had their 25% off sale, so I got the Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps trilogy, which I almost had my friend offer it to me. They had the DVD, and I'm like, I'm good. I've got the Blu-ray already. It's all good. So it comes with a slipcover. Artwork on each disc is very minimal, but it does have different, basically different fonts for each film. I have yet to watch them. I actually forgot I even bought them. But I have a couple of friends who have watched these, and they said they're pretty good. One of them of recent who had logged them on Letterboxd, and I was like, oh shit, alright, I've been seeing, this at JB, but it was $40, but then it became $30, and I'm like, sure, $10 per film, why not? So of course it comes with Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed, and Ginger Snaps Back, The Beginning. I feel like Ginger Snaps Back is probably a better name without The Beginning as a subtitle, but they all have commentaries, deleted scenes, some cast auditions, some featurettes, production stuff. So they've got a bunch of special features, which is really nice. So yeah, it's potentially, it says Region B, so it might be Region B locked, but it does come with DTS HD 5.1 surround sound. So, it's just not bad. It's not bad. Then I went to, as you may have seen, my interview with Caitlin Kohler. If you haven't, go check it out. It has been out for a while now, but by the time this video comes out. But yeah, I went to their place, and they actually gave me some films that they were getting rid of. So I got the Changeling from them. This is actually a different case, like I mentioned with Starman. So this is actually the Starman case, but luckily it worked out really nicely for this version. I've gone with the original artwork over the redone artwork, but it is still the second site release, so it's a 4K scan and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a bit, as you can probably tell there, it is quite damaged along the spine, which I don't blame them for. I imagine that's just how it came in. But, I mean, it does nicely smooth out because it's such a hefty case. But I kind of dig it. It's got a nice aesthetic to it. Kind of just all, I don't know, creepy and shit. It's good. It's good stuff. And then they gave me some Aussie films. So you've got Necrotronic. Yeah, it does say from the creators of Wormwood, which I do not like Wormwood, but at the same time, I don't know, this is kind of, I don't know, I kind of dig it. Look, I got them for free, I didn't really complain. So this is a 2018 film. It does have some bonus features as well, which is nice. I imagine it's going to be cheap, low-budgety stuff, but it might be fun. I don't know, it's like an hour and a half, so. Then I got 3 DVDs from Phil and Katie as well. We got She Dies Tomorrow, and I believe it's another Aussie film. Oh, no, it's a USA film. Or it's Australian people in the USA, like they made it in the USA or whatever. Potentially, I think that might be what she was talking about, but still, 84-minute film, that's not too bad. Yeah. No special features, but filmmaker Amy Seimetz. I've heard the name before. But yeah, horror film. I don't collect DVDs anymore, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. Then there's Random Acts of Violence, which actually does come with some special features. You get an interview of the director, more than just a scary movie, inside the making of an action scene. Sounds compelling. So, you know, there's an R18 high-impact violence for you from Shudder, which you could probably watch on Shudder. But hey, at least they're getting physical media releases. I hate that it's DVD, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't know what these films are, but I don't mind. I have no particular gripes. Again, free stuff, you know, it's nice. It's nice of them. And this is the one I'm really interested to check out, because this is the one that Katie said was from her favourite director, which is Sean Byrne. The Devil's Candy. So, yeah, another kind of a rock, I'd say rock horror in a way. The artwork's really awkwardly sticking out on the top. It surprises me how I didn't know for the longest time on DVDs that you could just change the artwork around. Like, you could just move it. It's really not that hard. I think it's because they're like a bigger case that it gives you like this, gave me this incentive that's like, oh, it means that, you know that it's stuck there or whatever. It's no special features, but 76 minutes. It's not too bad. Oh god, babe, those dogs really take the energy out of me. So yeah, there's a few extra films that I wasn't expecting, but I mean, again, free movies. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm mostly excited for the Changeling, because that's one I actually did want to get. That's one I've heard of, and I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to get that. Like, I'll take that off your hands. It's all good. Let's move on. So I went to Play Music DVDs after work on Saturday, and I was just kind of like there for an hour and a half. I had nothing else to do that day, and I'm like, I just kind of want to look around and see if there's anything, and hope that I'm not wasting my time by coming here. So in other words, I'm giving myself the push to go buy something. I bought 3 things. The first one is Warning from Space. This is an Arrow Video release of a Koji Shima film. This is actually the original artwork on the back, with the newly designed artwork on the inside there, because they like showing off their villains. But it actually, I think that's the artwork there. It does have a booklet as well, which is pretty cool. Shows some of the special effects that they use and whatnot. And I do dig this kind of style of film, especially the cheesier kind of like sci-fi stuff. Like, I mean, especially after watching like Planet of the Vampires and stuff. Like, I do like it if it has a good atmosphere, especially with a soundtrack. A lot of these 50s and 60s sci-fi films, which are usually low budget, have a lacking usually 1 or 2 elements that really could have picked them up. Like, maybe the acting is not so great, I don't really care. Maybe the set pieces are amazing, and like the cinematography is pretty good and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, you need a good score. Most of the time with these films, I'm like, you need a good score to like make it really interesting, make it really tense. Like, sometimes a film just needs a good score. So yeah, it's like a 90-minute film, so I figured, sure, it's like $35. I am not really able to get many Arrow Video releases anymore unless I buy them directly from their store, which I mostly will do if it's in a bundle of stuff, because, yeah, or if there's a sale, because it's like, I don't have Zav anymore, so I gotta go with this. I got these next 2 tricky for me. The first one I can't watch. The second one I don't want to take out of its plastic, despite it being technically removed, but we'll get there. So first up, I bought the HD DVD release of The Thing. I have never bought a HD DVD in my life. I've never seen one in the flesh. Yeah, I know, never seen one, because the format had died out before I was buying Blu-rays. I was still buying DVDs well into the market of Blu-rays coming out. I mean, we only started buying Blu-rays because we were able to get special editions of them, like, say, the Robin Hood film by Ridley Scott was like a steelbook release. Jack Reacher was a steelbook release. Because we'd gotten the whole, HD, Panasonic TV, Plasma TV, I think it was, whatever, with the Blu-ray player and a Wii, and the home theater system. We got it as a whole bundle. We had the big square TV, Had that for a long ass time. We still had that until I think we moved, because we just moved into different rooms. Like, oh, you can use this in your playroom now because we were children. So yeah, it's interesting, and the whole home theater system. But yeah, never ever got a HD DVD, and this is basically the exact same Blu-ray equivalent of the Blu-ray of the original release for this film on Blu-ray, which clearly not gonna happen. You know, I don't have that release anymore. I don't think I do, actually. You know, I might. The collector's set that came with the Universal set might have had that release, because they had the 4K. I think the Blu-ray was the original transfer, not the remastered transfer, and it came with the Blu-ray of the 2011 film and the soundtrack. So it's possible. It's possible I have that original release. But either way, this obviously has the HD DVD logo. It still has the whole region codes, which is interesting. So they were still doing region codes. But yeah, so I don't know. Even the guy when I bought it was like, do you have, like, are you aware of HDDVD? I'm like, yeah, I don't have a player at all. I just figured it'd be funny to collect it. It was $5. So I'm like, you know, it's nice of them to be like, you sure you want to buy it? You know, that like they're nice like that at Play Music DVDs. They make sure that people know that if you're buying something from them, that it's a different region code and stuff. They always ask, because a lot of people don't know. So yeah, got the Thing. I figured it'd be funny. I've got so many different releases of the Thing. I'm like, hey, I don't have the HD DVD. Fuck it, why not? I don't even know if I ever had the original Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure I did, but still. So the first thing I found when I went to Play Music DVDs was a out-of-print release of the film. I, of course, bought it. I have not taken it out of its initial plastic, but it has been removed from the plastic to some degree. This is The War of the Worlds, the imprint release. Still in its initial plastic, but obviously a dent on the corner to some degree, and it has been removed from its plastic, which is interesting because it does have that artwork, which I don't have. It's worth noting that I haven't had this release before. I had seen it a few years back when it first was released, but of course one of those things where you're like, oh, I have the DVD, I don't need to buy the Blu-ray. And then it became out of print, and it's like, oh, now it's a rarity. So I bought it for two reasons. One, because it was $40, and I'm like, that's like $10 more than retail price, and you cannot get this for that goddamn cheap in mint condition. This is obviously not in the most mintest of condition, but still not bad. But it's also a thing of like, the aim is to resell it to some degree. If no one buys it, like, it's one of those things, I've chucked it on eBay, and even Facebook Marketplace, if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. It's one of those things of like, I could have just left it for some rando to buy, but it's like, at the same time, I'm going to buy it because I know it's cheap, and it's like, hey, I might never find this again. So it could be a thing of, I'm going to buy it to keep it, or not. I mean, clearly not currently, but at the same time, I have the 4K Steelbook for War of the Worlds. I have the re-release, you know, that they did when they ran out of the slipcover versions. I just kind of want to have it, because it's like, if it does sell, then it does sell. If it sells for a good enough price, that means I get most of my money back for buying the 3 different things I bought, which was less than $80. So, ideally, I get my money back, and I get these things for free, which is cool. I get a whole film for free, and I get the Thing on HD DVD for free. If not, I spent $40 on those two, and I spent $40 on a film that I don't need. So that's why I was there at Play Music for so long, because it was like, I found these two. I found War of the Worlds immediately. They've got this one shelf with imprint releases. I go to always immediately. They had, what was that other one? They had When Worlds Collide mint condition. Same like this, where they'd obviously taken it out so they could take out the disc. It's what they do. $40 as well, but I'm like, it doesn't sell for as much because you can get a 4K. You can't get a 4K release. You can get a 4K release of War of the Worlds, which is why it's probably not going to sell, which is fine. Again, they've got the Steelbook release. This release isn't going to resell. Probably not, but either way, I'll try my game, you know? And if not, I have it as a collectible thing, because it's still got nice artwork. It's a nice release of the film, and worst comes to worst, I just sell off my standard edition, keep the slipcover edition, and then all's good that ends well. You know, all's good that ends good. I don't fucking know. Anyway, but yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to the thing like buying a HD DVD just for the fun of it, or something like the War of the Worlds thing, where it's like I can just keep it and I don't have to resell it, because it's like, but I'm not collecting the imprint labels, because I would be wasting so much fucking money on films I don't need. So yeah, I gave up on being a really big collector on imprint kind of very early on. I was like, I'll just buy the films I want to buy, and I've got a fucking fair few, but there's even so many of them that the transfers are terrible, or the films are just terrible, or whatever, and it's just like I have no interest. Most of the films I've gotten because I have interest in the film, or because someone in my family is like, hey, I really like that film, can you get this version for me? And I do, you know. So there's just a lot of films that are like that. And there's still some great releases. Like, I really love that they released The Straight Story, you know. I did have the German release, but still, and I've recently gotten this Screen Factory release of The Dead Zone, because it was on sale, but it was also like, it had a better transfer, and I actually watched it last night. It looks fantastic compared to the imprint release. So there's some pros and cons, but they both have different features, special features, so it's like, I can keep both because I've got different special features. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you next time, I guess. Adios.